If you have a medical emergency at work, how confident are you that someone will be there to help you out?
A Wells Fargo employee went to work the morning of Friday, August 16th and never went home. Tempe police tell 12 News 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme scanned into work at 7 o'clock in the morning. 4 days later, police responded to the office building near Washington Street and Priest Drive for reports of a subject down.
4 days later, they find her. And you know people was in there on Monday, right? They worked a full shift with an expired co-worker. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We inside and we comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one, y'all. And today we're going to get into this news story that I find really, really sad. Now, a lot of you people have office jobs. And after the C-19 hit and devastated everything, it's been a lot more work from home type activity going on. And a lot of times these office buildings are pretty much designed to be packed to the brim, but it'll only be a handful of y'all operating, moving in and out the office. I think this video right here is going to be a wake-up call for a lot of you that y'all going to have to start getting to know your coworkers a little bit better and starting to know who exactly is planning on to be in the office and who's not planning on being in the office, so everybody can have each other's back a little bit more. But let's get into the story real fast.
A Tempe Wells Fargo employee died at her desk. And 12 News is now confirming that it may have taken as many as 4 days for anyone in the office to notice. Good evening and thanks so much.
So that means sometime during the course of the day, she had some type of medical emergency and none of her family member was worried about her whereabouts after a long day at work. And she had no co-workers that even checked in on her and wanted to tell her good weekend before they left. So like I said, you might start wanting to get to know the people that you surround yourself in your work with, because these stories are more common than you imagine.
For joining us for 12 News at 10, I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. It's a story we first reported yesterday. Tonight, Tempe police are confirming the timeline of when the woman clocked in to when her colleagues found the body. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in the studio with new details tonight. Gabby, 4 days. I mean, this poor woman went 4 days undiscovered. It's hard to believe.
And that's a question many employees are asking themselves tonight. I spoke with an employee who said that she shared her perspective on the workplace environment, and they say it's a big building, but most people don't work there on a daily basis.
Now, that's the part right there that I want to stress to everybody. If you are in a situation like this, where the building is pretty much empty compared to the way that it was before C-19, you're going to have to start coordinating with your co-workers so y'all can watch each other's back. Because as you can imagine, this building right here had security, and security missed her for 4 days. For 4 days. You never know if her medical emergency could have been caught. You never know. She might have been here. But it's just something for y'all to consider, trying to keep people safe out there.
A Wells Fargo employee went to work the morning of Friday, August 16th and never went home. Tempe police tell 12 News 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme scanned into work at 7 o'clock in the morning. 4 days later, police responded to the office building near Washington Street and Priest Drive for reports of a subject down. Prudhomme was declared dead. The Tempe Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating, but do not suspect foul play. A Wells Fargo employee exclusively spoke with 12 News, but asked not to be recorded or identified out of fear for their job. They say a colleague found Prudhomme dead at her desk in a cubicle while walking around the building on Tuesday, August 20th. Prudhomme's cubicle was reportedly on the 3rd floor and away from the main aisle. This employee says several people had smelled a foul odor, but passed it off as faulty plumbing. They say while most Wells Fargo employees at this Tempe location work remote, the building has 24/7 security, and someone should have found Prudhomme sooner. The incident left several employees feeling scared and uneasy. This employee wants to see new safety protocols in place, telling me, quote, "It's negligence in some part, A
in a lot
different
of
worker
parts.
also spoke with 12 News anonymously,
Was just uncomfortable.
again calling on the company to do more.
Body was there about 4 days before anybody found it, before anybody walked up to her and just to say hi, make sure she's okay. She was just laying on her desk.
A Wells Fargo spokesperson previously sent 12 News a statement saying, in part, "We are deeply saddened by the tragic loss of our colleague at our Tempe office," adding counselors through our Employee Assistance Consulting Service are available to support employees. An employee tells me their direct management offered those services, addressed the incident, and told workers the building was thoroughly cleaned. And a Wells Fargo spokesperson did not have new information to share with me tonight. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner is investigating the cause of death. In studio, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Gabby. But if you ask me, Wells Fargo has to be held liable for this to some extent because you are supposed to have security. It's supposed to be some type of security there. It's supposed to be some type of security on the premises, checking the floors, and making sure everyone is okay. And on top of that, where was her manager, her supervisor? It was no one else in her department. Like I said, no one wanted to say to her goodbye before the weekend. None of her co-workers had enough respect for her to give her that. But more than anything, this right here shows the importance and the need of personal family. I could only imagine that it's not a husband or it's no immediate close family to come home to because someone would have been looking for you 2-3 hours after work and you didn't arrive home. And someone would have found you a whole lot sooner. This is another one of the dangers of growing old alone. They tell a lot of people and they programmed a lot of us from early on to think that you by yourself or army of one is enough. But you're going to need family, especially as you get older. But I think the most important thing to take from this, besides that you need family, is just for all my people that work in these type of situations, these work from home situations and these remote situations where you only report 1 or 2, 3 days a week, or, you report occasionally. Make your whereabouts known, make your presence known, make when you're about to leave known. Let somebody know if you're moving and shaking. And if you don't have anyone to look out for you and you don't have any family, then you have to have a better relationship with the security people so they can try to keep an eye out on you and make sure you're out the building and make sure you're safe. Because this is a very unfortunate situation. Because like I said, we'll never know that if someone was in her area to possibly get to her sooner, if she could still be here. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about this one in the comments section. If you'd have made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.